CTV News with Jack Morse.
Knew him for years, or only a short period of time, he left an impression on you.
A Dufferin OPP constable killed in the line of duty last week, laid to rest. Thank you for joining us. An emotional send-off for a fallen officer. Hundreds packed the Mississauga Sports and Entertainment Centre today for the funeral of OPP Constable Taryn Bali. The 29-year-old killed in the line of duty last week, remembered for his selflessness and courage. CTV's Beth McDonnell was there.
Killed in the line of duty, OPP Constable Taryn Bali will be greatly missed. His police funeral, a powerful and solemn goodbye.
Tarun had a gift for making people feel valued, including myself. He showed up when people needed him. He listened without judgment. He gave his time and his energy and his heart freely to everyone.
His family says whether people knew him for a short time or a long time, he left an impression.
That is why this loss feels so immense.
Bali, just 29 years old, had a dream of being a police officer, a dream cut short when last week, working in Northern Ontario, he was struck by a vehicle and killed.
Although you were viciously taken from us with malice and hate, you showed us all how to live with pride, courage, honor, and above all else, love.
I know this loss is being felt far and wide. From the neighborhood in Brampton, where Provincial Constable Bali grew up, to Kitchener, where he got his first start in law enforcement, and the OPP family he has today. Ontario's brave men and women in uniform never know what challenges they'll face when they step out of their front door.
Prior to the service, a long procession made its way to the Mississauga Sports and Entertainment Centre where the funeral was held. In a show of support and solidarity, police officers lined the streets in torrential rain before coming together inside to wish their colleague a final farewell.
Losing a son is a pain that is impossible to put into words. But if there is one message I would like to leave with everyone today, it is this: please, please and humbly I will say, everybody, respect this profession and hold it in the highest regard.
Bali worked at 11 detachments over the course of his career. He's described as an officer who exemplified courage. Beth McDonnell, CTV News.
It was a big day in Wasaga Beach, turning over ground for the first ever Catholic school in the community. CTV's Rob Cooper looks at how the town made it happen with an unorthodox plan.
Construction work is underway on Wasaga Beach's first ever high school. Located on 15 acres next to the town's new arena and library, the school will offer junior kindergarten to grade 12. Right now, the average high school student in town spends 97 hours a year on the bus getting to and from school. The board says the new build will give students more time in the classroom and at events and less time traveling.
I'm really excited to go to this school because I just have a feeling it's just going to be like the best school ever.
Funding for the new project comes from the province and town. A community hub will also be part of the new building thanks to a significant land donation from Farsight Homes. The facility will also have a 300-seat community theater for both educational programming and public performance.
This new K-12 school will recreate space for 1,008 students, along with 49 licensed childcare spaces that will support local families from the earliest years.
Government and school board officials say the location of the school is key to its success.
Wasaga Beach is the largest community in the province currently without a high school.
Sean Cooper is a school board trustee.
It is incumbent upon the province, school boards, to prioritize a project like this and move forward. Families deserve this. Students deserve this.
And this is one of two new high schools planned for Wasaga Beach. Just yesterday, the province announced the public school board can officially find a builder for their $80 million high school.
Now, the total cost to build Wasaga Beach's first ever high school, just over $70 million. Once it's open, it will be home to more than 1,000 students. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Wasaga Beach.
And it's not just there. One Essa school will soon see an expansion project. The province announced yesterday $6 million in spending to add 141 new seats here at Baxter Central Public School. The money will also go to retrofit the library. According to the Simcoe County District School Board, enrollment around Angus is up in a big way over the last 5 years, and this expansion will help with that. With Canada facing Qatar in the FIFA World Cup as we speak, a local flag store continues to offer special treats for match day.
Morocco, all different countries. Yay, Canada, and of course the big Canada flag.
The flag store in Thornton says they're giving out free flags every time Canada plays a match. They're also offering Canadian-themed cupcakes and drinks as they cheer on the men's national team.
There's people running with their cars on hoods, Canada car hood flags on their windows, and we've had a massive increase. I would probably say 45% increase in our Canadian sales this month alone.
Other popular countries at the flag store: Portugal, Spain, England, and France. Well, Casey, speaking of flags, Casey Colby is here now with our first look at weather. Casey, how's it going down there?
It's going fantastic, Jack. Down here at Donnelly's, downtown Barrie, watching the game. Talk about pressure, high pressure. That'd be the Canadian team right now. They're going, oh, look at that, we're going, whoa. Watching the game, the big game, Canada and Qatar. Everyone's having a good time down here. Smells pretty good. It's getting loud. It's filling in. How about the forecast, though? First look at the forecast for all you Canadians out there cheering. Let's take a look and see if you're going to be happy with this forecast. First look at the forecast, brought to you by our friends at thegraveldrivewayguy.com, your local gravel driveway expert. 16 degrees, Jack, outside our beautiful Barrie Studios, 33 Beacon Road. We're looking at winds out of the west, 26 kilometers an hour. The gust as high as about 40 a little later on. Say, what's the temperature outside your door? Well, let's have a look. 13 degrees is what it says in Owen Sound, 13 in Mount Forest, 14 in Gravenhurst, 17 in the Sunshine City of Orillia, 19 degrees in Toronto. Oh, the Canadian team is putting a lot of pressure on. Speaking of pressure, high pressure systems, low pressure systems, radar satellite images over the last little while. Oh, it's been a bit of a soaker kind of a day, though, hasn't it? Indeed, it has. Showers pretty much right across. Right across our area. Sorry, Jack. And, boy, that was close. And coming up in the forecast, we're hoping for a big Canadian victory tonight against Qatar. And we'll see how just victorious the early look at the weekend is. All that coming up in a few minutes' time. Jack, back to you.
All right, thank you, Casey. Keep an eye on that game for us. We're going to run a report a little bit later. A pedestrian has died after getting hit by a delivery truck in Penetanguishene this morning. It happened around 10 o'clock. Emergency crews were called to the Waypoint Center for Mental Health Care following reports of a crash on hospital property. Police say a 61-year-old woman, an employee of the hospital, was struck by a vehicle and suffered fatal injuries. She was pronounced dead at the scene. OPP is investigating. A Bracebridge man accused of dangerous and impaired driving in what police describe as a road rage incident that left a motorcyclist dead along Highway 11 is back in jail. Tonight, CTV's Mike Arslidis reports.
After being granted bail in March, accused of dangerous and impaired driving causing death, 37-year-old Donald Austin is back behind bars. Now accused of breaching his release conditions, he appeared in court from jail in Penetanguishene. He was arrested Saturday, according to court documents obtained by CTV News, for failing to comply with the condition that he not consume alcohol on bail. Austin is also charged with resisting arrest while police were investigating a family dispute in Bracebridge. He had been granted $40,000 bail under strict conditions, including a GPS ankle monitor. Austin had been behind bars since October, when police said the Bracebridge man, while behind the wheel of a pickup truck, was involved in a deadly crash along Highway 11 south of Orillia that killed 27-year-old Harnoor Singh. The motorcycle rider was discovered lying on the highway following several calls for help to 911. Police said witnesses reported the motorcycle and pickup truck were involved in a road rage-type altercation in the moments leading up to the crash at about 10:30 on the night of October 6th. Police said Austin was behind the wheel, remained at the scene, and showed obvious signs of impairment. He was also charged with obstructing a police officer, failure or refusal to comply with a breathalyzer demand, driving without insurance while under suspension and without a permit. Loved ones describe Harnoor Singh as a kind, ambitious, and intelligent young man. who moved to Canada from India in 2021 before graduating with a master's degree from the University of Western Ontario. A software engineer who dreamed of becoming a Canadian citizen and starting a family here. Austin was previously arrested and charged with impaired driving 3 years ago in Bracebridge. Police said his vehicle flipped into a ditch off Taylor Road. He was fined $2,000 and banned from driving for a year. Austin is scheduled to return to a virtual Bracebridge courtroom in a week. The allegations against him have not been tested in court. Mike Arsleedy, CTV News, Aurelia.
Police have arrested a second suspect in connection with the shooting at the U.S. Consulate in Toronto. 19-year-old Zara Jabi appeared in court this morning. He's facing 6 charges related to the March shooting. 18-year-old Sheldon Tracy Stewart has also been arrested. Police say they're part of a gun-for-hire network responsible for more than 24 targeted shootings. Toronto police officer Mark Pinizzato was shot and killed last week during a raid linked to the police investigation into that network. Bracebridge is giving an update on the future of the Georgian College Muskoka campus today. Set to close its doors in August, the town says it's looking at how the property can keep serving the needs of their community. A zoning bylaw amendment will be considered in early July. That's a crucial step toward figuring out what the next steps are. A proposal would see the building turn into a community health and wellness center, including a clinic and 18,000 square feet of programming space. The application will be considered by council on July 15th. Nearly 5,000 more people in Simcoe Grey may get primary care this year. The province announcing $1.5 million in spending for up to 4,700 spots with a family doctor or primary care team in and around Angus. It'll be delivered through the Barrie Community Health Centre, which is already working with government at several locations to set up primary care teams, a doctor and nurse practitioner with other healthcare workers, all under one roof. A parliamentary committee is calling on the federal government to indefinitely exclude people with mental illness from medical assistance in dying. The recommendation comes after a process some committee members described as flawed and biased. The committee members co-signed the recommendation report, but with a series of dissenting opinions. People with mental illnesses as their sole underlying condition were set to become eligible to apply for medical assistance in dying next March. Barrie held a public meeting last night on Mayor Alex Nuttall's Sovereign Defence Investment Readiness Program. Only one person spoke at the meeting, opposed to spending any money to bolster military support. The plan would see the city make it easier for military defence contractors to set up shop in Barrie with tax breaks and bylaw exemptions to move proposals along quickly. Nuttall says with aggressive spending on defence from the feds, now's the time to get involved.
The question is, why can't those technologies be here? Why can't those companies be here? And the answer is they can. And I think this is our opportunity. The auto sector is being hit hard. We have an opportunity right now to focus on national defense, to focus on sovereignty for Canada, and to play a small role inside of what is an incredibly important thing happening across Canada and indeed across the province of Ontario.
The move is a step to fulfill a $50 million commitment Nuttall made at the Canadian Association of Defence and Security Industries annual conference 3 weeks ago. The city of Barrie is celebrating the progress on its new library. Located on Leacock Drive, the Letitia Heights branch is getting set to open this fall. The project was first approved by council last year when staff identified a need for a new branch in that area. The city says it'll be 4,800 square feet. It's National Indigenous History Month, and Huronia Historical Parks is offering events for students. Today, Ste. Marie Among the Hurons helped highlight the accomplishments of Indigenous peoples through an educational celebration. There were live drum performances, storytelling, plus Indigenous games and crafts.
It creates the ability for our youth to strengthen their relationships with maybe their own Indigenous backgrounds, but also to build capacity of understanding outside of maybe it being your own culture. You're building an understanding of other people's culture.
We tell their stories and we bring sort of an awareness of who they are, because the Wendat people that were here, they do still exist today. We have our Wendat from Wendake in Quebec, and we have our Wyandots from the States, and those two groups of people are actually descendants of these people.
They'll have more events on National Indigenous Peoples Day Sunday. Coming up on the other side of the break, honoring a longtime colleague, the local golf tournament for Archie Thompson and for the food bank. Plus, the Royal Canadian Legion is celebrating its 100th anniversary. Find out how branches in our region are marking the occasion. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Presented by Paul Sadlin Motors.
Music, it's a small community, so when something's really good, we all want to be part of it.
We have an amazing music scene here. Having people come together in community, listen to some amazing local artists, brings the downtown alive. It brings our city alive.
Troubadour Festival 2026 is going to be off the hook. Road Hammers, got the Watchmen, Bahamas, it's going to be great.
This year marks the 100th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Legion, and communities in our region are celebrating with special events. A flag-raising ceremony at the new Tecumseth Administration Office in Alliston this morning. There are 3 Legion branches in the municipality: Tottenham, Alliston, and Beaton, all with storied history.
The Legion has helped ensure that the sacrifices made for our freedom are never forgotten.
If you don't celebrate anything, people forget. And if there's no identity out there of who we are and what we do, then people don't know. And then things start to fade and we forget. So our number one creed in the Legion is lest we forget, lest we forget. And we're here to make sure that those past wars weren't for naught, and people remember the sacrifice that our military made.
Today was a chance for the community to meet some local veterans and learn more about what the Legion does. The Shanty Bay Golf Club hosting a food bank fundraiser in honor of one of their former colleagues.
Everyone misses Archie. A few years ago, we decided the best thing we could do for Archie is to honor him, and so we have a tournament every year in his name.
So as you just heard, the tournament is in honor of Archie Thompson. This year, they teamed up with the Barrie Food Bank to support the community as well. They've set up donation bins at the clubhouse and have been collecting food since last week.
We're also giving away a barbecue, so whoever donates food, then we're going to give them a ticket for a barbecue draw that's going to happen just after noon on Saturday. And Barrie Food Bank's going to come and accept a donation. We're also going to be making a special donation from Shanty Bay.
The tournament goes this Saturday at the Shanty Bay Golf Club. Despite humble beginnings as a town pumping station, the Meaford Museum is an important part of documenting and presenting the history of the region, and has been for more than 60 years. But now they're celebrating another anniversary. All summer long, the museum offering kids programming along with displays like the world-famous Meaford Man with Iron Hands, Andrew Golly, and countless more. It's the new 25th anniversary celebration display highlighting the characters and events leading up to the amalgamation of the township of Sydenham and St. Vincent into what's now the town of Meaford.
There are so many different little areas, and each had their own little name and their own little communities at each one of these places. So it was pretty interesting finding out all about these small little towns and villages all around. So.
The Meaford Museum will also have a mobile display traveling throughout the municipality, enlightening everyone far and wide about the area's rich history. The Canadian Tire in Midland announced a big donation through its Spring Feeding Families campaign, matching customer donations in store. More than $10,000 raised to feed local families. Checks given to the Elmvale Food Bank, Georgian Bay Food Network, and Salvation Army Midland. The store thanked the generosity of the community and everyone who helped to make a difference. For more information on all our local events, along with other stories, you can go to our website. That's where you can watch our news live online and find all our local stories and breaking news as it happens. Just head to ctvnews.ca/Barrie or scan that QR code that's on your screen right now. There's plenty happening around the region this weekend. Here's Bounce 104.1 Morning Show host Martin Van Coy with your weekend event listings.
Hi, I'm Martin Van Coy for Bounce Radio, and these are your weekend events for Pure Country 106 and Bounce 104.1. Kicking things off with a little fun and plenty of flair, the Miss Roper Treasure Hunt fundraiser takes over downtown Orillia Saturday at 11, starting at the Orillia Opera House. Dress up as the iconic sitcom character Mrs. Roper and take part in a downtown hunt, snapping photos of hidden clues along the way. It's all in support of Mariposa House Hospice with prizes up for grabs. You can learn more at mariposahousehospice.com. From colorful outfits to high-powered engines, Monster Spectacular roars into the Sadlon Arena in Barrie on Saturday at 1 o'clock with a pit party a little earlier at 11:30. You can expect monster truck racing, freestyle stunts, and a special Father's Day weekend showdown between Hall of Famer Mike Vaders and his son. Plus, BMX motocross and more, including a lawnmower race. Find out more at monsterspectacular.com. The Barrie Pride celebration is also going on this week, starting on Saturday with a parade at 1, followed by a stage show at Meridian Place at 2:30. On Sunday, there's going to be a march through downtown Barrie starting at 2, and then there is a food fair, vendors, and plenty of family-friendly fun celebrating inclusion and diversity. You can learn more at barriepride.org. And wrapping up the day on a meaningful note, Collingwood's National Indigenous Peoples Day concert takes place Saturday evening at 5:30 as part of the town's summer event series, featuring music, storytelling, and a celebration of Indigenous culture and community. You can find out more at collingwood.ca/events. Those are your weekend events for Bounce 104.1 and Pure Country 106.
Still to come, over 1 million older Ontarians are facing loneliness, but now you can help and drive it away. But first, let's check in with KC downtown. KC.
That's right, down here at Donnelly's Irish Pub. We're watching Canada and Qatar. Canada's up 1-0. We just scored, still applying lots of pressure. It's really heating up in here. And hey, it's time for our Campfire report. Let's have a look right now. Yeah, let's take a look. Campfire conditions across our region. In Simcoe County, the majority of regions are listed as moderate. Springwater is at high, and Muskoka is moderate as well. Campfire conditions brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. And our weather watcher artiste, well, have a look. Bianca says, oh, no surprise here. Soccer's my favorite game. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Hi, we're Martin and Steph
from Bounce 104.1.
And this week on the show, we're giving away tickets to Black Crows and Whiskey Jam on July 21st.
So make sure you're listening Monday to Friday from 5:30 to 10 for your chance to win.
Picture this, brought to you by Bounce 104.1 and Pure Country 106.
This week, we want your World Cup fever. Show us how you're supporting Canada or the country of your heritage. Snap a pic and send it in to picturethis@ctv.ca for a chance to be featured. Now, KC is downtown. KC, we just heard it here. Another goal went in. What's the atmosphere like there down there right now?
Oh, it's crazier than the CTV Barrie Christmas party, Jack. It's having so much fun. Canada scores again. There it is right there. Up 2-0 against Qatar. People are loving it down here at... Yeah, that's right. You know where we are. We're down here at Donnelly's Irish Pub in downtown Barrie. Let's talk weather. Yeah, you think it's hot in Qatar. You know, Qatar today, 39 degrees. It's supposed to be 45 there on Sunday. They're sweating now, if you know what I mean. They're down 2-0 against Canada. Let's talk forecast, and let's get into it, starting with the temperature outside your door. And as we take a look, where's the hot spot? We know it's down here at Donnelly's Irish Pub in Barrie. But how about, is it 18 degrees? I believe it's 18 degrees in Toronto right now, 14 in Alliston, 16 in the Sunshine City of Orillia, 16 in Parry Sound, and call it 13 degrees in beautiful Collingwood. Almanac for today, 1913. That's the high, that's the low. A record 35 degrees. That's guitar worthy, isn't it? 35 degrees back in 1994 and 11 for the record low. Oh, no, wait, that's 1.1. Sorry, I'm thinking guitar. 1.1 degree back in 1950. Sun rises and sets. Grand total of 15 hours and 32 minutes of daylight. Some of the longest days of the year. This is the forecast radar, and take a look, and predominantly cloudy skies for the most part, yes, into tomorrow, but no, we're going to get some sunshine for the looks of things. Starting to look nice. It clears up quite nicely. Southern tip of Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe. Here we go, taking a look. Whoa, Canada, whoa! Southern tip of Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe. Hey! That's not it. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, the action going on here. 9 and 12 degrees, winds are out of the west, 40 to 60 K, cloudy and 40% chance of showers this evening. And for tomorrow, 20 degrees for the high, mainly cloudy and clearing into the afternoon. Orangeville, Bradford, Georgian, Newmarket, Richmond Hill, 10 and 12 degrees, cloudy and a 40% chance of showers this evening. And for tomorrow, a sun and cloud mix looking lovely, lovely. As per 2-0 Canada, and yeah, lots going on here. Lots going on here. The pub too, I might add. 22 and 23 tomorrow is what we have to look forward to in Orangeville, Bradford, Georgian, Newmarket, Richmond Hill. Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Haliburton. 12 and 13 overnight. Cloudy skies, 60% chance of a shower or two, and then 19 degrees tomorrow for the high. Mainly cloudy skies and a 40% chance of showers and/or a thunder boomer. That's tonight and tomorrow. Now time for the Diamond and Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast, and it looks like this. 5-day extended forecast for Simcoe County. Well, sunny Saturday, 20 degrees, looking lovely. Sunday has 22 and sunny skies, Father's Day. And then Monday comes, 60% chance of shower activity, 20 degrees. 23 on Tuesday, sun and cloud mix. 5-day extended forecast, York Region, have a look. Saturday and Sunday looking lovely, 22 and 23 degrees. Plenty of sunshine for you to enjoy. Monday has cloudy skies, 40% chance of a few showers. And Tuesday, fair skies and 23. Muskoka, Parry Sound, Haliburton. Have a look, and here we go, Saturday and Sunday. Well, there is a slight chance of some shower activity. Oh, that's not O for the showers, that's O for the decision. The game behind me. Oh, yeah. Kick them out. Kick them out. 21, 23 degrees on Saturday and Sunday, or make that Saturday and Sunday. Monday is cloudy, 40% chance of shower activity, 21, and 23 degrees, and a sun and cloud mix on the Tuesday. That's the forecast on land. Now on the water. This is the Marine Report brought to you by Suzuki Marine. North Lake Huron, South Lake Huron, North Lake Huron, 15 knots for tomorrow. The wind speeds out of the northwest, and waves half to 1 meter in height. And there is a strong wind warning on both North and South Lake Huron. South Lake Huron, 20 knots tomorrow out of the northwest, and waves 1 to 1.5 meters in height. How about Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe? Let's have a look. Winds, well, strong wind warning in both, actually, and 15 knots out of the west for tomorrow, and waves anywhere from half to 1 meter in height. Lake Simcoe, well, it looks like 15 knots out of the west for tomorrow, and waves half to 1 meter in height, and of course, strong wind warning. And oh, Toronto, I should say that Canada is certainly putting on a strong show right now. We're down here at Donnelly's Irish Pub. Lots going on. Drinks, good times, celebrate Canada. Jack, do you know what I mean? Come on down and join us. Back to you.
Thanks, Casey. The House of Commons rises for the summer today as MPs head back to their ridings until September.
We are committed to getting things done, and we did that this spring. So here's a summary of the areas where we passed legislation since January. On the economy, there was, of course, the Budget Implementation Act, which includes measures to create one Canadian economy, build new infrastructure, and support Canadians with lower costs.
The Liberals have changed leaders, they've changed some of their cabinet ministers, they've changed some of the slogans, but they haven't changed their policies. And as a result, Canadians are worse off on almost every metric.
Prime Minister Mark Carney had a minority government when the spring sitting began, but after 5 MPs crossed the floor, he's now sitting on a healthy, if slim, majority. A memorandum of understanding between the U.S. and Iran to end nearly 4 months of war is now in effect.
This was not easy, I can tell you.
U.S. President Donald Trump signed the deal during a dinner in Versailles with French President Emmanuel Macron. Iran's also releasing images showing its president signing the agreement. Some of the main points include an end to the fighting on all fronts, a 60-day negotiating window on Tehran's nuclear program, and the Strait of Hormuz reopening toll-free for 2 months. In addition, Iran can now sell its oil without sanctions, and the U.S. will be part of a $300 billion development fund for Iran. 2 music fans from Wasaga Beach were all set to see Bailey Zimmerman in Toronto tonight. They've had the tickets for almost 9 months, but due to a technical glitch, the seats are stuck in cyberspace, and now they can't go to the show. Here's CTV's Pat Foran.
Bailey Zimmerman is an American country artist who has developed a loyal following in just a few years. He's playing the RBC Amphitheater, and Jessica Casey, who is a huge fan, planned to be there with her fiancé for the concert.
This was a Christmas present for her, and I purchased it because I knew she loved Bailey Zimmerman, and purchased the more expensive tickets because I knew she wouldn't do that for herself.
Donna Casey of Wasaga Beach bought her daughter 2 tickets last October through StubHub for $536.
I got notification from StubHub in April to say that the tickets were ready, that I could claim the tickets.
But then Casey got a notice saying something's not right. There was a glitch in the system preventing the tickets from being released.
I have 2 tickets for my daughter that I can see in my StubHub account, but I can't claim the tickets because StubHub is claiming that they've already been claimed.
The family has been trying to deal with the issue for the past 2 months, and now on the day of the concert, it's still not resolved.
StubHub is telling me it's Ticketmaster's problem. Ticketmaster is saying it's StubHub's problem. It seems no one wants to take the blame for why we don't have any tickets.
Jessica even sent a note directly to Zimmerman asking for help to get the seats her mother paid for. CTV News reached out to StubHub, and they said they're looking into the matter. Donna wants her daughter to get to the concert. If she doesn't, she wants a refund.
I'm hoping if they're not going to reissue the tickets, they at least give us our money back so she can either repurchase tickets to see Bailey Zimmerman, or I guess she's out a Christmas present.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
There are more than 1 million older Canadians facing loneliness, according to the federal government. On June 27th, you're invited to come out and help drive social isolation away.
Our community has come together so much to support us over the last 6 months, so it really feels like a great way to honor her legacy by giving back in this way.
This memorial golf tournament is in honor of Karen Stacey, a day on the links to raise awareness around supports for anyone struggling in silence.
Wait a minute.
It's about bringing that awareness, bringing that support, showing our seniors in our community that there's more out there, that there's more opportunities to have those social clubs, build those relationships.
My mom was always involved in community engagement. When we were kids, we were all a part of a basketball organization, and both my mom and my dad were heavily involved in that. And then throughout her career, she was a postmaster and a postal worker, and she just loved the people she worked with and also the communities that she was able to serve in that role at Canada Post.
The Karen Stacey Memorial for Combating Social Isolation at Shanty Bay Golf Club in partnership with Jarlette Health Services. It includes 18 holes and a dinner. CTV, Pure Country 106 and Bounce 104.1 are proud media sponsors. Coming up, it's the Canadian brand that won't stay gone. Zellers reopens in North York. Plus, we'll recap tonight's top stories. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Recapping our top stories, an emotional send-off for fallen officer. Hundreds packed the Mississauga Sports Entertainment Centre today for the funeral of Dufferin OPP Constable Taryn Bali. The 29-year-old killed in the line of duty last week, remembered for his selflessness and courage. Construction is underway on Wasaga Beach's first K-12 Catholic school and community hub. Officials broke ground alongside the Wasaga Stars Arena, and the town's proposal uses existing arena infrastructure to speed up the project. 1,000 new student seats costing $70 million. 37-year-old Donald Austin is back behind bars. The Bracebridge man accused of dangerous driving and impaired driving, causing death in what police describe as a road rage incident in Orillia October 6th. He'd been out on bail with strict conditions, now accused of breaking them. In business news, an iconic retailer returns to Toronto. Zellers is opening a new store in the city. CTV's John Venevalley Rao was at a ribbon-cutting ceremony this morning outside the location in North York.
Whether posing with Zeddy the Bear or lining up for a new take on the Zellers Diner featuring the classic Big Zed burger.
Woo! I like Zellers. I miss Zellers long time. Woo!
Judging from the crowds at the checkout counter, shoppers are welcoming Zellers' return to Ontario, the province where it was born.
It was always somewhere where I'd go on the weekends to look for good stuff, and it was sad when they left. So I'm quite happy that they're back.
This is the second store to open as part of the brand's latest comeback, which began last year in Edmonton.
Who gives you more, Zellers or the competition?
Of course, millions of Canadians remember shopping at Zellers, a retailer that started almost a century ago. But in 2013, the stores largely disappeared. Hudson's Bay tried to revive the brand inside its own locations, but that effort failed when the Bay itself collapsed. Now Zellers is back under new owners who believe shoppers will like what they see amid an affordability crisis.
Value never goes out of style, so that's very important to note. We feel that right now it's a great time for bringing Zellers back.
The retailer are offering up T-shirts for as low as $10, and experts say its lower price point could appeal to struggling families.
It is part of a trend of a gravitation toward value. So if you look at folks like Dollarama, Giant Tiger, Costco, Walmart, they've all done really well being value players.
Zellers' new owners say they hope to open stores across the country. Some analysts think it could fill a need as the trade dispute with the U.S. continues.
We really need a Canadian player in the discount end of the market to give some consumers choice in terms of where they're buying and whether or not they're buying Canadian.
And the nostalgia, for now at least, proving popular.
Meanwhile, the next new Zellers is slated to open in Windsor, Ontario next month. John Venevalley Rao, CTV News, Toronto.
Talks between Unifor and the big three automakers are set to kick off in Toronto Monday. The union representing 19,000 Canadian auto workers says they'll bargain with the Ford Motor Company first, then with either Stellantis or GM. Several issues in the spotlight, including U.S. tariffs, Chinese electric vehicle imports. Unifor says some 6,500 jobs have been lost in the auto manufacturing sector since last February. The current collective agreement between the union and the big three are set to expire in September. The TSX was down 155 points today. The Dow was up 72. The Nasdaq up 496. In commodities, oil was down, closing at $75.85 a barrel. Gold down, finishing at $4,245 an ounce. And our dollar was down, ending the day at 70.77 cents U.S. The Blue Jays were going for the sweep this afternoon at Fenway Park against the Boston Red Sox.
3-2 again. This is off the wall. Clement is in to score.
The game was tied heading into the ninth inning when Brendan Valenzuela hit a double off the Green Monster to give Toronto the lead. The Jays held on to win 4-3. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. launched a solo shot in the first inning for his first home run since May 17th. They'll kick off a three-series game against on the road against the Chicago Cubs tomorrow afternoon. The first-place Barrie Bay Cats are back in action tonight. They host the Toronto Maple Leafs at Athletic Culture Stadium.
3-1 delivery on the way, and this one hit a long way to left, way back, and it is gone.
Long gone.
There was not too much doubt about that one.
The Bay Cats are coming off a two-game sweep of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers this past weekend. Their third game was rained out. First pitch tonight just after 7:30. On the ice, the Toronto Marlies are on their way from the franchise's first AHL championship since 2018.
Cuts back. He's got some help over the far side. Cowan, the shot, scores!
The Marlies lead the series over the Chicago Wolves 3-0. The team is coming off a 1-0 victory on Tuesday. Puck drop. Tonight's game is set for 7 at Coca-Cola Coliseum. In the FIFA World Cup, the team calling our region home for this stage fell short last night in dramatic fashion against Ghana.
Who skips away from Cordoba. Ghana could be in business. They are!
Panama fell 1-0 after scoring in stoppage time, sending their fans into a frenzy. Panama is staying at the Wasaga Resort for the tournament. Still to come, it's one of the few electric planes in the country, and it's flying out of Waterloo. We catch up with a few who've taken to the skies. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Taking a look at your primetime lineup for tonight. At 8 o'clock, a 2-hour block of New Girl. At 10 o'clock, Criminal Minds and CTV News at 11. One of the few electric planes in our country is now flying out of Waterloo, and anybody can try. CTV's Christia Simpson spoke with some who've taken to the skies.
This is the east central part of Kitchener, as seen from the perspective of a passenger in an all-electric airplane.
It's an incredible experience. It's definitely something that's different than what we do every day.
This Velis Electro is one of two at the Waterloo Wellington Flight Centre. One is used for research with the Waterloo Institute for Sustainable Aeronautics at the University of Waterloo. The other is now available for members of the public to take a scenic flight, thanks to regulatory changes made last year by the federal government.
Before, we could only tell you about it, and our research assistants, the research team, of course, had the experience, but now it's open for any enthusiast who says, I really wonder what is it like to have a quieter airplane.
The aircraft arrived in the region in 2022 and has undergone extensive testing since.
Everything that we've done showed that the plane is safe, the plane is reliable.
Powered by two batteries, it can carry about 180 kilograms or about 400 pounds in passenger weight, offering a chance for members of the public to try it, seen as an important next step.
It is very educational for public. They are building trust.
The plane can fit one pilot and one passenger, and they'll spend about 30 minutes in the air.
Definitely a very small airplane, nice and tightly packed, meant to be aerodynamic.
Aidan Albrechtas says many who go up in it want to see their house or university campus.
Oftentimes you can see the Toronto skyline as well, down to Lake Ontario towards Hamilton. So great visibility out there. See a lot more than you think.
The experience different from other flights.
Just the refinement of it all, the lack of vibration. There is still some noise, but less noise. And the fact that the windows are super clear and you can see so much out of them really brings up the experience for me.
The aircraft operates under visual flight rules, meaning it doesn't go up in poor weather. A flight costs about $267 plus tax and can be booked through the Flight Centre's website.
We'll be flying all summer into the late fall. The only thing that will stop us, of course, is weather.
This is the beginning of the electric aviation age.
In anticipation of a future where electric planes are the norm, not the exception. Krista Simpson, CTV News, Breslau.
All right, now time to go back to our sports reporter for the evening. That would be Casey Colby. Casey, how's it feeling down there? How are things going? What's the energy like?
Oh, it's fantastic, Jack. It's lovely, and everybody's pumped up just for the Get Up and Go forecast. Let's talk about it. Get Up and Go forecast first thing tomorrow morning. What are we looking at? Well, how about a little sunshine? Mostly sunny skies. Looks like 13 degrees in Barrie. In fact, 13 degrees across the board at 7 o'clock. 13 in sunny skies in Newmarket and Gravenhurst. That's what we have to look forward to. And we are up 3-0, of course, down here at Donnelly's Irish Pub in Barrie. Up 3-0 for Canada over Qatar. And I want to point out a super fan on the far side. There she is, Lori. She has said final score will be 3-0 Canada. Yeah, so I might ask her about what the forecast looks like for next week. I don't know, Jack, good idea. What do you think?
Careful, you might talk yourself out of a job. That's our newscast for tonight. I'm Jack Morse. Thank you for watching. I'll be back at 11 o'clock. Good night.